Aaron, what do you feel prevented that big hit from coming through with men on base tonight?
I thought Payante was good, but, we got to get it done. I mean, we got to come through in those situations. Like the opportunities tonight. Had a lot of chances. Felt like base runners every inning. But we gotta be able to deliver, and we haven't done that enough. So, tough one to lose into the off day. But the timing of the off day with the stretch we've been in is good, and hopefully allows us to recharge and get ready for a tough Braves team coming in. But we got to be able to capitalize more often in these situations.
Will Warren gave up 7 hits, but 5 came after the 4th inning. What did you see in that 5th inning?
Yeah, just Wetherholt put a good at bat. What the 2 at bats with 2 outs, Wetherholt and Herrera put good at bats against them, and that was really it. Made a few mistakes in the heart of the plate, but overall, pitched well. We gotta give ourselves more margin. For error. The pitching staff did a good job again. The defense, for the most part, was there, and we gotta come through when we get opportunities, especially when we create a lot of opportunities, which was something we did well tonight.
Randy. Oh, sorry, right here.
Do you continue to be impressed by Lombard's defense, and what's the degree of difficulty on that diving play and gets up and throws a strike there?
Yeah, a couple really solid plays tonight, and then of course the sparkler up the middle, special play. I heard Weathers talk about how long he is, and it's a good way of describing it. He's just obviously very athletic and quick and cat-like in a lot of ways, but a really good range with he's long, and it's a really good play, and get up just calmly, make a strong throw without much stress was impressive.
Watching him at short, does he remind you at all of a young A-Rod? Just the build and.
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't see A-Rod at short a lot. He was in the other league, but that might be. Yeah, because A-Rod certainly was long and lean like George when he was playing shortstop. So that maybe good comp.
Randy, can you pass it back to Tyler? Can you pass it, please? Thank you.
From your vantage point, the Wetherholt double, did you think Trent?
I think if he gets a great jump and route, maybe he's got a chance. But it's hit 400 feet over. It's going to be a great play into the wall if he's perfect with his read and route, maybe. But not tough one.
Will, if you could get that bat back from that 5th inning, which one would it be?
Yeah, hindsight, probably throw a different pitch to Wetherholt, but honestly, he put a good swing on it. I think the Herrera bat kind of gave him a gift there, middle of the plate, to get that 3rd run across. I think just trying to limit the damage there and did a poor job of it. So they got 3 runs across, and that was enough tonight.
Aaron thought you did a lot of good before that 5th inning. Obviously, how do you assess the performance overall?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of good. Obviously, would have made a different pitch decision there to Wetherholt. And possibly gotten out of the inning unscathed, but. It is what it is. I, try to get as many outs as possible and keep us in the game. And overall, I think it was solid.
What did you think of that diving play by George behind you early on?
Yeah, really nice. Defense has been playing well, and obviously, I made a joke with him earlier about he's everywhere. So it's nice to have that behind you.
Well, you talk about pitch decision. Where do you feel like you are with your sweeper right now?
Yeah, I think it's good. Obviously the ones pulled in, like the one to Burleson, usually have damage, but typically back door is pretty wide open, and Wetherholt's a good player, and definitely I think probably threw one too many there, and he made a good swing on it. So I think going back probably would have just done something different.
Well, with Carlos kind of on his way back, you know, Aaron said probably someone's going to have to go to the bullpen. I mean, is that at all something that's on your mind? That's kind of uncertain what's going to happen with you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of uncertainty with, you know, I think it's a good thing that we have all of these arms. And at the end of the day, my job is to take the ball every time I get it. And whenever that is, I'm going to go out there and try to execute.
Trent, what do you feel is missing from some of the at-bats tonight, specifically with men on base over the latter innings?
Can you ask the question again? Sorry.
What do you feel is missing from some of these at-bats lately?
The hits. It'd be nice to get a few to find the outfield grass, but that's baseball sometimes.
The Wetherholt double, was that a tough play? Is that one you thought you could have had, or is that just off the bat? It's a double, you think?
And off the bat, I thought I had a pretty good chance at it. As I was going back, it kind of just kept going. So ended up just playing it off the wall and getting it in as quick as I could.
How are you feeling at the plate right now?
Good, better, yeah. Went through a little bit of a scuffle, which happens. It's ebbs and flows of baseball. But it's not about going through those. You know you're going to go through them. It's about how you respond to them. For me, and learning from them. And I think I've done a pretty good job keeping a good head on my shoulders throughout.
Trent, you guys brought in some new pieces at the deadline here. What do you think this lineup is capable of when you get going?
I mean, I think we're really good. We've been really good 2 out of the past 3 years, and this year there's been a little bit of ups and downs. But like I said, that's baseball. It comes with it. But we have the right guys in this clubhouse to really steer everybody straight. I mean, that's the special thing about this place when you have Judgy and G and Goldie, all that experience to keep everybody's perspective in line and know how to get through those harder times. I think that's what pays dividends and ends up getting those big wins late, and that's what we want.